Hey guys, after the whole Discord situation today, I think it's best that I not open up another server right away. I'm probably gonna wait for about 1 or 2 months before I try again, because that server got hacked not even a month into its opening, and oh my god, ended in a disaster. The truth comes out in the end eventually, guys. The trolls are soon gonna be found out to be wrong. NovaOnline Universe, signing off.
So just the other day, I did that video on NovaOnline and his really degenerate Discord server, and you know, Nova is somebody who's like a known internet predator. He's done weird shit in the past, and knowing that he had a server that he was just freely allowing minors into, everybody knew this was going to end horribly, and it only took about 24 hours for things to really go to shit. You see, because when I uploaded that video the other day, all that we knew was that Nova did have this server, that people were coming out and being like, I'm 14, I'm 16, and knowing that Nova, of all people, was the owner of this server, it made people really worried because they thought it was only a matter of time before either Nova or somebody else on the server did something really weird around all these minors. And of course, just a few hours after the video went live, somebody was in the server in like the video call section, showing off their adult toys and promoting their OnlyFans, and of course this is in the server that Nova freely allows kids to just run around in. And then, shortly after that, a dude whipped out his pecker in there too. So like again, this is the place Nova himself runs that he claims has no NSFW material, yet people are still being exposed to this every single day, and what makes it so much more sinister is this is a place that they could be easily vetting, keeping all minors out of, but Nova is the one who wants it that way. Nova is the one who wants these kids here. Even the mod team that Nova has assembled, they've either left because they don't agree with how he's running the place, or they think it should be over 18 as well. But again, Nova's the one who is just, he's adamant that that is the way this is about to go. And I talked about in the video yesterday that I think he might be keeping all these like minors around because he tries to it's all he tries to talk to. Remember his last co-host on his podcast that he tried flirting with was only 15 years old. And so I think in his mind, he's like, I'm in the right to be doing this. These are just my friends, and he thinks he can say just about anything to them. But like, Nova, you are a 20-year-old man in there with a bunch of 14 and 16-year-olds, and you're allowing them to have a place where they can just freely be groomed upon by people in those voice calls like we're already seeing happen now. And while all this was going on, according to Nova, he was simply taking a nap. And when he got up, he posted this in his server. Now, I know you can already see it on screen, but it is so shocking who Nova decides to blame for all of this. Not himself for facilitating this disgusting server, and not the people inside the call doing that disgusting shit. Just wait till you hear this. Holy fucking shit. Where the Kentucky Fried Fuck do I even begin? Oh yeah, I know. Hey, Kiwi Farms, if you're reading this, fuck you, and I hope you burn in the deepest pits of hell. Wow. Wow, like that is just a random shot to fire into the dark. Like, man, all these people mess with me all day long, whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, anywhere, but you know who I'm gonna call out? The entirety of the Kiwi Farms, because this is all your fault. You know, Nova's not the one who like willingly made this disgusting server. The Kiwi Farms obviously strong-armed him into it. This is a disgusting way to try to get out of the situation he's in, but you're gonna see throughout this entire video, all he tries to do is push away accountability. Yeah, anyways, back to being on topic. The behavior in VC today was absolutely unacceptable, and I'm sorry it wasn't taken care of sooner. I was taking a nap. But we are keeping the server on lockdown for a few days, until all of you can learn how to behave. Everyone who was involved in this NSFW scenario will be banned with no appeal. Once again, I'm sorry you all had to deal with this. Now he's like, all right guys, I got him out of here. And you know, in any other situation, if you were like a right-minded individual, Nova, you'd go, hey, maybe I shouldn't let this happen anymore. Considering this is your server that you are the owner of, you could simply hit the delete button and none of this would be happening at all. But no, Nova's like, look, let's get out the bad actors, let's put the server on lockdown. In a few days, we can go back to my minor-filled Discord like nothing ever happened. He then followed up and said that his mental health is taking a big blow right now. He might have to stop streaming for a bit, automatically making it about him. all this shit that happened in his server, it's such a mental health like hazard. Oh my god. I've said it plenty of times in these videos, mental health is a serious concern for people, and when you make light of it like this, only using it to like try to shield yourself from criticism and the shitty things you did, it's one of the worst things you as a person can do. Especially you, Nova, a person who claims to care about things like mental health and stuff like that so greatly, to constantly shit on it and abuse it by using it like this is just a bad look. And so, finally, you might think, did Nova come to his senses? Well, kind of. Like, not really, but let's just see what happens here. Because the next step in this is Nova talking to the mod team, and they all agree that the server should be 18+. Now here's the catch though. What server are they saying should be 18+? Well, the new server, of course, because, you know, if this one was such a disaster, maybe we need another. So Nova says, alright, so talks of the mods and I making a server for 18+ are in the works. This server will remain the same, I will just not be as active as the other one. So basically, right, he's saying, hey everyone in this minor-filled Discord, I'm going to be making an 18+ Discord. I'm not going to be deleting this one's going to stay completely the same, but I'm probably not going to be in here as much. So see ya. You know, I'm just going to leave this minor-filled Discord that's already a mess with people like doing disgusting shit in it. I'm just going to leave it here, not my problem no more, and I'm going to move to another one that's strictly 18+. And it's like, Nova, that's great, but why not get rid of this one? You know, a lot of people had said that he shouldn't delete it because people need to get evidence, and I've seen people actually already archive the server, so there's nothing left to be archived. Nova needs to have no types of contact with kids whatsoever as soon as possible. And that's why I wanted the server taken down so greatly. I saw a few people in the comments criticizing me for that, and I just wanted to let people know that that's the only reason why. I don't want Nova to have, like, contact with any of these minors for another fucking second. Like, here's another screenshot of a user in the server asking somebody, hey, aren't you underaged? And Nova himself responds with, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Like, are you serious? Like, this is the level we're at right now. Nova's just blatantly out in the open, yeah, I don't care. Like, you know, the other day I talked about this, and I thought Nova would come out and go, no, I always wanted it to be 18+, and that's that. But he's just like, yeah, he still wants kids in there, and he's not hiding that. But what he is trying to do is act like there's no nefarious means behind this, and I call bullshit on that. You would not be keeping around that minor Discord and moving to an 18+ one if you actually cared about this, Nova. For some reason, you want to still be able to talk to all those minors in that other one, and you being the owner will be the one who has the most access to them. Why do you think this rubs people the wrong way so much? Because we know your history and we know what you've done in Discords with minors before. And so last night, myself and Kiwi went live with an episode of Too High for Stupid on a Monday to talk about all this. And Nova, after getting wind of this, showed up in chat all pissed off. We banned him, we talked about all these screenshots and all this, and Nova had a pretty hardcore response, saying to everybody in that server, to everyone coming from Kiwi's stream, just know I'm about to ruin their whole fucking careers. Watch out. Their time is numbered. Now, whoa, I don't know how our time is numbered, what Nova has up his sleeve, like what trump card he's about to play, but I'm terrified, because every time one of these guys, White Bowser, Jupiter, Nova, have said this, each time it's just completely happened. You see, Nova's done his homework, ladies and gentlemen, and he has realized that lolcows always win. And this is going to be a battle that he is sure as shit going to win. I don't know why he thinks he's like a victim here, why he thinks he's the one who should be calling out people who are simply calling him out on these terrible things he's doing, but that's Nova 101, and he'll never take accountability. He'll just continue to point the fingers at me, Kiwi, the Kiwi Farms, every troll in chat, basically everybody but himself, because when one of these creeps gets called out, it's always everybody else's fault. You've ruined my life. You've made my life harder. And to that I say, what have I shown in this video that aren't screenshots of you saying things in your own server? If it's so damning, then why did you say this in the first place? If it's so terrible that it could ruin you, Nova, why did you do this in the first place? But guess what? It's my fault for making this video. It's our fault for calling you out. And it's the entire internet's fault for holding you accountable. That's bullshit. And of course, knowing how crazy all this bullshit's already been, that's not even the end of the story. So again, we were live last night. Nova showed up in chat. We had to ban him because he was threatening like ending everything. And to that, I just say, Nova, again, stop threatening stuff like that when you yourself are doing these horrible things. Like, you're just looking for sympathy. And that's a terrible thing to threaten when you know that people actually suffer through shit. And the only thing you are suffering through are the consequences of your own actions, and that's just the facts. But back to what I was saying. Remember in that beginning video I showed where Nova blamed trolls and hackers? Well, that's because during the show, the chat started getting spammed with people saying, oh my god, Nova's server got hacked, and we got a bunch of screenshots showing that, yeah, it did. A bunch of people took credit for hacking his server, had the owner roles because I guess they found out his passwords, and what they did was, they removed Nova from the owner role of the server, and changed his role to the pedo role, which that's fine and good, but again, all everyone wanted to see was the server deleted, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe as of right now, it is deleted. If it's not, then the people who have it, please delete the goddamn server. I keep hearing that it's archived, but if there isn't an archive, then archive it, then delete the server. Nova shouldn't have contact with any types of minors online, and he's somebody who can't help himself but have these public servers where he can talk to just about anybody. I don't get why TikTok's not enough for him, whereas YouTube's not enough for him. He has to have a place where he can have a one-on-one contact with all these people who he just so chooses to include minors. And so I showed it in the beginning of the video, but I want to watch that TikTok from Nova one more time because it's the only thing he's posted ever since all this went down, and I think it really just shows how little accountability he's taking and how little he understands like the gravity of this situation.
Hey guys, after the whole Discord situation today, I think it's best that I not open up another server right away. I'm probably going to wait for about 1 or 2 months before I try again because that server got hacked not even a month into its opening, and oh my fucking god. Ended in a fucking disaster. The truth comes out in the end eventually, guys. The trolls are soon gonna be found out to be wrong. NovaOnline Universe, signing off.
So he starts out there by saying that he's gonna take a break and try this Discord again in 1 to 2 months. And again, I ask, why? Why, Nova, do you, out of all people, need a Discord server? Especially when people, all this stuff they say about you, all this stuff that they have proof of you doing inside Discord servers, why does a person like you need another? Not even another, let alone like the one you've already had. You need yet another. And yesterday, you were gonna make yet another 18+ one. How many fucking Discords do you need? And the fact that you phrase it like that, like, well guys, guess we'll have to try again in 1 to 2 months, means that you're not going to do anything differently. You're just going to try to be in there more like thoroughly and make sure, I guess, none of this stuff happens, when it's like, it seems like every time this stuff happens, you're just not there until it becomes a problem, and then you miraculously show up. And that's something I want to point out to people here, is that there's a good chance Nova probably saw this stuff happen. Nova probably knew this stuff was going down, and didn't say a word until people said, hey, this is an absolute problem, because to him, he didn't see it as a problem. And I think this video right here, more than anything, shows that. He's so willing to just throw the blame on anyone else. Well, guys, these fucking trolls and hackers, they keep getting me, and it's, no, it's you. The trolls and hackers simply revealed the shitty stuff you were doing. You are the one who got called out for it. It's not on the people who exposed you. It's on you, the person who did all this shit that there is now evidence of you doing. And so to loop all around to everything and to try to like tie this into one knot, Nova doesn't understand what he did wrong here, and that's the most scary thing about all this. It's just like a White Bowser situation. It's like, yeah, I repent, I'm sorry, but we'll try it again in 1 to 2 months. Like, no, like this isn't, I know I'm kind of like chuckling here, but it's more of like an absurd, like this is crazy. Why do you think this is okay? Like, this isn't funny, this is just so fucking stupid. And so now what you should expect to see is Nova posting a bunch of sympathy stuff like, oh, my mental health is terrible today. Oh, I can't even get out of bed to go look for another job because the trolls just got me down. That's all it's going to be. His TikTok account is now being flooded with comments asking about this. He's either deleting them or commenting saying that Smokey is lying out of his ass, which, okay, Nova. Okay, like I said, I'm ready to see your TikTok, your response video where you prove all this stuff wrong. But until that day comes, I'm not changing a goddamn thing I say. So I really thought you guys needed to know this, considering the video I did the other day. The video the other day was simply exposing the fact that Nova had this Discord where he was facilitating a bunch of minors, and today we've now found out that there was a bunch of gross shit going on, and Nova not only watched it happen, but he was willing to just let it keep happening. He said he shut down the server for a few days. Like, guys, why do you think that screenshot's only a day old and all this stuff happened hours later? He couldn't even help himself from keeping it locked down for like more than a few hours. He just had to get back in there. Why? Like, what are you so like giddy to get on that server for? So giddy, in fact, that you won't even delete it when you make your new one. It's so weird. There's a million questions to be asked here, and I know you guys will ask a lot down in the comments, so I look forward to responding to yous and talking to yous there. And if you want to hear any more about this situation, tonight we're going to be live for Too High for Stupid again at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on Kiwi's channel, so I hope you can stop by. I post a lot of stuff like about Nova and about other locales over on Twitter, so if you want to follow me there and keep up to date on all this stuff, go ahead and do that. We got a lot of videos coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen, and not just on Nova. Daniel Larson has had a new phone call with that one dude. Then he had a phone call with Clark, because now Clark's back in the picture. And then last night, a video dropped of Clark getting jumped. And if just wait till the Larson video, but if you really can't believe this, the guy hitting him is way more pathetic than Clark, and isn't that crazy to say? Then we got a New World of T-Shirts video coming out this week, so just stick around. I got a lot of actually like wild videos for you guys to watch and not just creepy bullshit like this. So until I get there, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later on. Take care, everybody.